Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey. Can I tell y'all something? I'm a really bad con artist. Wait. Yeah, I want to be a bad con artist. Yeah, that makes me more of a nice person. Okay. I'm a really bad con artist because I just recorded the podcast, What You're Getting So Wrong About Overeating. And I was like, I don't feel like, first of all, I was like, I'm not putting on no damn makeup. I'm going to a party tomorrow, a surprise party. I'm going to wear my green dress. And I'm gonna put on I'm gonna look fabulous and put on makeup. Could not do that today. And I was like, what could I do to differentiate the look? And I got my little visor. Now, I have been recovering from a little chesty thing. I just want to put this plug out. I don't know if there's a positive correlation, but let's just say that this is my truth. And I do home remedies. So I have a spate of home remedies that I do. But since losing weight, I'm sick for a lot less time. So when I was heavier, sometimes I could be sick with bronchitis and a sinus infection for 6, 8, whatever weeks. But now, I don't know, maybe it's just, there's no causation. Maybe there's no connection, right? But I am sick now like how I was when I was a kid, where I would be sick and I would be good. I'd bounce right back. Now I do take a little longer to return to my exercise and other things just because I want to make sure I'm good. But tomorrow I get to break out. I broke out today. I went somewhere. And I get to break out and I get to go back to exercising, reminding my trainers to not kill me because it's my first time back. But I haven't even been really walking the neighborhood either because it's like I don't take allergy pills anymore. And so I know that it probably has to do with the increase in the pollen, especially pine pollen. But I've learned how to do my thing so I don't have to take allergy pills. Allergy pills used to make me feel like crap. I know for some people they are how they survive. So, you got to do what's right for you. But that wasn't even the story I was going to tell y'all. Okay, the story I was going to tell you is, I was bragging for all this time about wanting to do samba, taking samba. By the way, did you all know that samba is considered one of the world's hardest dances? I do. I know that I do. Boy, do I know. And so I traveled a lot. I signed up for a samba class and I was traveling so much, I ended up missing like 3 classes. When I came back, I was like, holy shit, burger. I don't know how to do this. And I actually quit the class. It wasn't a hard decision, y'all. I actually quit. That whole everybody keep going, keep doing it. Nope, I quit. It was not a luxe experience for me. It was not a amazing time. I left frustrated the way the classes were backed up against each other. It was no time to talk to the instructor. So before or after the class, I could have gotten a private session. I ain't want to. It was like I don't know how much it was. Let's just say it was $120. I didn't want to pay that. And I just decided I didn't want to do it. I was happy to have supported. I liked the instructor. It was my not fault, but I missed because I was traveling. I signed up for the class anyway. I quit. And I'm not excited about starting back. Maybe at some point. I'll really tell you the real reason why I quit though. Is because I had enough newness in my life. Enough newness. There was so many things going on that were new. I ain't gonna tell you all the things, but once I hopped into the latest new thing, which was really pushing the gas on the online course that I hope you guys purchase, that talks about how to stop overeating, how to learn how to stop overeating, lose weight, and gain yourself back. It's all about the concept I teach called half-life that has helped me to go from a person who was a chronic overeater, who handled their emotions, their feelings, and their disappointments and their joys all with food, who would sit across the table and eat my whole plate of food and then finish your plate of food. And now I leave food. And so I'm doing a course on that. It's the most dramatic way that I've lost my weight. When I was at that plateau where I couldn't get past, this is kind of when I developed this. I developed this way of eating called half-life that helps you to get to the weight you want to be. So I was in the middle of that course and I didn't want to break away from doing that. And it was like, I have enough newness and with some other things going on. Okay. So I was like, I'm good. Now ironically, was minding my business on Instagram and I came across, I don't even know, it's so funny. I wasn't even connected to this entrepreneur, so I'm not going to call her name, but she was extremely successful with helping people with their businesses. And she decided to step away from her business. And she recommended this book called Quit. Okay, Quit. I know I'm sounding Southern, but it's Quit. Quit. Quit is the power of knowing when to walk away. Okay. And it's by Annie Duke. And my goodness, Annie Duke is a cool lady. She is a professional poker player. She's a professional poker player, which is something I ain't played Texas Hold'em in forever. And I would love to get back into that, but I'm not going to do it now, y'all, because I have enough newness. Do you hear that? One way to take care of yourself, if your newness is peak, you don't got to do anything else. I ain't had nothing else on until I finish this. Okay. So, I've been reading her book. I've been listening to her book and it's incredible. I highly, 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 highly recommend you to listen to that book, because in our society, we've been taught to never quit, but there is something called optimal quitting, where to be able to quit at the right time, actually is a huge, huge way to up-level your life. To be able to know it's time to leave that job, it's time to let go of that idea, and then to come up with another idea that ends up being the $1 million idea, if you care about the $1 million idea. It is knowing that the friendship, it may be time to step away from that, moving, like it's all about how to use the power of quitting to get to where you want. And one of the things I love that Annie Duke says is she's like, oh yeah, and Annie Duke's not just sorry, y'all, she's not just a poker player. She's a corporate speaker, and she helps I'm gonna paraphrase this, with decision-making, with corporate decision-making. Okay, let's just say that. Y'all can look up her bio. I don't remember. I'm just trying to get some books sold for her, okay? So anyway, she talks about how quitting might just be the skill you need to develop to get the life you want. And, I talk a lot about the shape of your life, like not that you don't like your life, that you ain't feeling the shape of your life. And for me, reading that book, and actually I quit reading her book for a moment. I'm going to go back. Annie, I'm coming back. I quit reading her book for a moment just because so much newness was raining down on me. I did not want to take in anyone else's ideas. I wanted to just hear myself just for a while, and then I will pick her back up because I needed to hear my own voice. Whenever you are considering the shape of your life, it may be time for you to hear your own voice. And this is so apropos for today, because we are going to be talking about why will weight loss work for me this time? And I'm going to just go on to the one that has to do with number 4, which is now number 1, about optimal quitting. So many of us have followed those popular weight loss trends, you know, the ones with the letters and the counting, or the one where you know, take out whole food groups, and, you know, the one where you do all these things. The reason why you quit isn't because you don't have self-control. There are people who are doing those programs and they don't quit because they love them. They feel food freedom. They feel free. They feel all those things. Hey, even if I disagree that they don't teach you how to stop overeating, because to me, my program helps you to learn how to stop overeating and to return to it over and over. And that is my core for how you lose weight. But for those people who are doing it and they love it, they don't need to quit. It's not optimal for them to quit. For us who know we're not going to be able to do this long term, instead of us thinking about it as if we're losers because we quit, by the way, we're never losers. We're not losers because we quit. It is not an optimal situation for us. And optimal quitting means that we're not going to keep doing something that doesn't give us what we want. And, you know, the way I teach weight loss is to figure out why you're overeating, and then to give yourself the thing you're using food to replace. Let me say that one more again. How I teach weight loss, and why I'm a weight loss coach to begin with, because I damn sure didn't want to be one. I was cool with being a life coach, and then I recognized how weight loss could, if you choose, I haven't even done my disclaimer lately. Look at me growing. If you want to lose weight, you do not have to lose weight if you don't want to lose weight. That's between you, or you and whomever. I'm just saying, I work with people who want to lose weight, okay? Or I work with people who are life coaching who ain't thinking about weight loss. Those are the 2 clients I work with. Either are getting life coach because you want to lose weight loss, and I call myself a weight loss coach, or you're getting life coach because you want someone to help you in the present to deal with it, and I can do that, right? So at the end of the day, I recognized how weight loss could be used to access all the things that were hiding under the weight. That's why I do what I do, okay? Or else I just would have been a damn life coach. Shit. All right. Let's talk about why this time, I already gave you number 1, why this time is different, okay? Because, you know, number 1 is, if you quit any of those other programs, it isn't because you don't have self-control. I teach you that you have so much control. You're trying to control everything by using food, which is not how food is intended. So you have to change your habits about how you think about food, what food really is, because food is just food, okay? But you'll have to realize that everything you did before was not the right fit. You were the right you. It wasn't the right fit. And now you're going to find the right program that is the right fit. But for it to work, in my opinion, it has to teach you how to not overeat. And some of those counting programs that have things that you could eat as many as you want, and it ends up being a 0, that's not teaching you how to not overeat. Okay? Counting and being able to have unlimited anything and you're not hungry and you're eating anyway is not teaching you how to not overeat. All right. Number 2, it really helps when you work with someone who is more like you. Whenever I am online shopping, I read reviews, but I kind of, it's a little prejudice how I read reviews because I find someone who's like me. Okay. And what I mean by that, not prejudice in the way, we don't want to use the word. I'm talking about I prejudge a person until I find someone who I think is like me. Maybe they have the same body type I have. Maybe they just sound like how I sound. Maybe, I will read the reviews until I'm like, oh, there's a person who's more like me, or maybe has a similar body, or may say, oh, I got big boobs, and I got big boobs too, boo. Okay, so I find someone who's more like me, who can show me what's possible until I can believe what's possible, who is relatable, who is fun, who is interesting, who is all those things. We may not be twins, more like sisters. You know how they say your eyebrows, sisters, not twins? Got that shit right. Okay. But someone who I believe knows more than I know, but they have something like me or something I want to have. They got something like I want to have that I know I can probably have, but they have enough belief that I can have it. Okay. So this time around with your weight loss, you need to consider that. Finding someone, I ain't saying it's me, but it's probably me. Toot toot of my horn. I was driving today and I got 2 horn toots. And I have to say, one of them was justified. Like I didn't look. I have an SUV and I couldn't quite see this car. It was a little bit low and I'm grateful they beeped their horn. The other one was just an asshole who, I was trying to get into a parking space and parallel park. Literally, I wasn't close to the person. I was going to say him. Literally, I wasn't close to him and he just beeped his horns to be an a-hole. Okay. So you're going to have to find someone who can toot your horn before you can toot it, but in a positive way that's keeping you from backing into them. Okay. All right. I've said this, but this is going to be our number 3 reason. I believe wholeheartedly for any lasting weight loss, and this is the difference between me and any other time I've lost weight. Any other time I've lost weight is because I primarily do not overeat. And when I start overeating, my weight is going to go up. But because I do not overeat the way I did when I weighed 265 plus pounds, I stopped weighing myself. And I actually was going to go back into my doctor notes, but there was a period I didn't even go to the doctor. This was right around, anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that you will have to prioritize not overeating, learning how to not overeat, learning how to not overeat when things are hard, learning to sit with the feeling of discomfort when you want to overeat, learning the habits that go along with not overeating, crying, yelling to yourself, journaling the fuck out of yourself. Like, you will have to learn a new relationship with not using food to harm yourself. And when I mean harm yourself, and I mean that word, is to not use food to not feel your emotions, to not allow what feels wrong, to not be honest about the shape of your life. Okay. Number 4, it's the only real change you're going to focus on right now. Remember me, the Samba school dropout? I couldn't focus on any more change. I was so at the end of the day, I was like, girl, you gonna quit this class. And I was like, but sis, look at you realizing you can't focus on all this newness at one time, nor should you. Like, you have enough new. Say goodbye to the Samba class, sis. I'm gonna take a Samba class again. I'm just gonna have this course out by it's gonna be the only change you really focus on. And if there's something that gets in the way of it, you're gonna acknowledge it. You're gonna figure out what to do about it, but you're gonna keep returning to you as the focus. It's okay to have enough newness. It's okay to have enough. Just because you paid this much to do that, sometimes you got to chill, pump the brakes, and let it be what it is. Okay. So here's the fifth one. Because you realize that weight loss or the current weight you are is just an overview. It's a collection of habits. Okay. So if you want something to change with anything, okay, you're just going to practice new habits. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Your habits can't be rigid. Your habits have to be flexible. Your habits got to be able to go with you. Your habits got to have marching orders. Okay, they got to have marching orders. That means they go with you. Your habits have to be something that you love, that you want to return to over and over, that you're willing to return to over and over, because not only do they work when you're doing them and you like them and they account for the fullness of your life, the current shape you want your life to be in, you really fucking like them. That's what gets you where you want to be. I get to eat whatever I want. I just don't eat the whole cake. I don't eat the whole medium pizza anymore. I don't eat the whole sub anymore. And if I could let you into my brain or into my thoughts, I never knew it was possible to keep eating for the weight that I want to be. I didn't know that was possible. And so I created a way to do that and thought about all the things that could get in the way and how to deal with those. And that's what I want to show you. That's what I want to show you. That's what the course is all about. I want to help you learn how to stop overeating, to lose weight as a result, and to gain yourself back. Because you can't, in my opinion, you can't lose the weight without, predominantly not doing the overeating. And you can't lose the weight and keep the weight off without gaining yourself back. And you can't stop overeating without figuring out why you're overeating, which is you not having yourself, right? So all those things come in together, create this program. Okay. So, yeah. And why are you the perfect you for this? Because, why not? Why not? You've tried all these other things. You optimal quit them. And now you're ready for something else. Can y'all hear my stomach? My stomach is like telling the story. It's like, and I'm not hungry. So, hey, stomach, I'm not hungry. But that's what I want to teach y'all. That's what, and honestly, going back to the prejudice, right? If I was really, really honest about which part of those I think is the most important, I think you guys could probably glean from what I just said. The one that is the most important is the gaining yourself back, because there is a self you want that you don't allow, and it's easier to grab for food to quell that heart hunger, that hunger about what you're not allowing yourself. It's easier to grab food. You think, your brain tells you it's easier to grab food than to answer those essential questions. And we got to answer those essential questions. And I'm the best at helping you do that, hands down. Okay. Yay, 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 yay. All right. So same time, same place next week, or go grab you one of those beautiful podcasts that are already out there and share it with the homie. And yeah, come back to me and let's work through this together. If you're interested in the weight loss program, kimarrington.com/weight loss. If you're interested in getting onto my waiting list for coaching, I will tell you my one-on-one coaching slots are going to get less and less. So if you are interested, go on and get your name in the pot. That's just to go to Kim Arrington and then click one of the join the wait list, and I will reach out to you when I have openings. Okay. All righty. Have a good one. I'll see y'all next week.
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to kimarrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, so find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, we're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors. And you damn sure don't lie to your life coach.